ต้องเปิดเบาละไม่ได้เดี๋ยวเสียง Hello so there's a continue on 2 days workshop and so the first step the Tao talking about Taoism is one of very old practice and it never broken. In the West we have a lot of Taoism, like in China sometimes they call the Talaman or the West known as witches. So the problem with the West, we burn the witches. That's the whole problem. You burn them all, okay, and not much left. The Taoist and it improved so many thousand years until now are more up to date. So there มัน echo ไม่รู้ echo จากไหนกันไม่รู้ไม่เกี่ยวแท้ฮัลโหลSo what we gonna learn in these 2 days ต้องหาแท้แกปรับเป็นแท้ฮัลโหล Can you adjust again to find the echo? So the first step we want to awakening the healing light. I'm gonna help you and how you open it. Okay. This is what happened many places. If you sit on the front and you think you know it by tonight, when you get too hot, too over, you need to move to the back because a lot of people sometimes. If you last for 3 days, it's a lot of energy for you to take. Hello. So the awakening healing light, what we're gonna do first, and back to the body wisdom. This is very important because we are so out of touch of our body. Okay, we put our mind 90% now outside, or 95%. Some people is 99%. We don't know anything about ourselves. In the Tao said that is very bad. The brain supposed to be put in touch and control the function of the body 85 to 90%. That's how much the brain need. We call it's a controller, it's a commander. Okay. It controls every function inside our body, and you take this controller outside, and we're going to run the controller. Just let's try the aeroplane. The controller are not there, or the controller are sick, and nobody actually take care of that, and you can know what problem. That is the so the very important part, the whole practice is inner mind. And 5 element creating cycle. This is a one unified teaching for 1,000 years. Okay? It's just like now in the West discover ecology. Okay? So the Tao is very simple. One, give birth and growing and raising the other one. And in 5 elements, we start from where, like fire. When the fire burns, it's creating energy, Chi. And when you cool down, it becomes ashes, it's creating earth. We call spleen. So there's the heart, the next one spleen. So the ashes turn to earth. When you have more earth, you can find metal inside there. And a mountain and lake, metal also symbolic metal, mountain and lake. If you have mountain and lake, attract rain. You have tree, mountain, lake, attract rain. It's very important. Now, kidney, we call water, is give birth to the tree. And you keep on watering the water into the liver, kidney, we call wood. So it's growing, blossoming, bear fruit, and you can grow more tree. When you have more tree, you support fire. And now we come to our cycle. The problem we have now is we are in the counteract cycle. Okay? We call the water, the kidney. When the fire is so little, the water can distinguish the fire. Now we are in cell conflict. And now we know that emotional is the major key. And now we know emotional started to destroy the immune system. Because our organs is a training camp for all our white blood cell, the army. You just imagine that when the conflict, like we say, lungs, symbolic like metal, like X. Liver, symbolic like wood. Okay? So if the X very big and the tree very small, you always want to chop down the tree. That is big trouble. And this is what you can see in the we call side effect of the medicine. Exactly the same. Okay? Liver, when have too strong, it suppress or take away the energy of the spleen, the earth. Okay? Now, all the digestion problems. So a lot of liver medicine suppressing or disturbing the whole digestion system. And last year when here, you know, the scientists they discovered on the I think the newspaper in the Poland, they talk about we finally find out the most powerful anti-aging process. And you know what? If you take care of your digestion, absorption, elimination, that is the number one. That is the new discovery. But you're going to study all these things. They're systematically, few thousand years. And the whole key is don't let the digestion, absorption. Digestion have so many organs. You have stomach, liver, gallbladder, duodenum, pancreas. If they are fighting each other, you get big trouble. Okay? If fighting each other, you get big trouble. And the first thing they destroy is destroy the immune system. That's one. Because all the organs, when they're fighting each other, nobody can opening a training camp. William, can you unplug the boiler? The one that boiling the hot water. Unplug it. Huh? Where the sound come in? Or the fan? Yeah. Or the air condition? Okay. Maybe the air condition.
You might want to just, the sound is bad.
Yeah, you sound like a robot.
Come up into the group and talk. I don't know what to tell you. They don't have the video guy on the weekend.
Okay. When he come, I tell him. I tell him to come back.
Sorry about this, everybody.
Hello. Is that okay or not okay?
No, you sound, it sounds robotic without it.
Again, it's too irritating.
Ted, can you just unplug the plug on the table? That's all. Press press it and unplug. Yeah, just plug it. Plug it. Unplug it. Hello. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. At the restaurant, I still have to speak for another month. Okay. เสียงโอเคไหม Okay. So if you cannot hear me, just raise your hand. Okay. Hear me well? Okay, that's good. Okay, and the next part that we want to learn the emotional wisdom. How to handle your emotional. We know emotional cause sickness, and now we know very clear. Emotional disturb all the immune system. Okay? Because now in the Taoism, 6,000 years, they talk about our 5 pair of organs. We separate the organ in pair. So 5 pair of organs, they are 5 medicine. And on Monday, we are talking about the biggest medicine. Is the love and sex combined. We can't make love. That is the biggest pharmacy you ever have. It's the sexual energy. And the Tao discovered this for more than 5,000 years, that love, energy, and sexual energy combined can heal. And that is proved that 5,000 years ago. Okay? And it's systematically written down and how to do it. And that's what we are talking about that. And the last part that we talk about, and this is again, born again process. So this born again process, Taoist way to born again process, also written down in Tao Te 5,000 years ago. Okay? And is the microcosmic orbit. Is the orbit, we're born with it. So what we are working on these 2 days, the first part we call the primordial light, primordial force, primordial light, and primordial sound. Okay? And some of you maybe read they take, actually Euro, they take about 48 billion testing this in the bottom in the Geneva. The first time they used 24 billion and use particles spin very fast and hit together, it all burn. And they stopped them many years and they spend another 24 billion and start the test again. They take the particle in the universe that they capture and they're spinning very, very fast and hit together, bang. And finally this picture come out. Okay? It's a violet light. And interconnecting together with a website. That's it. And after that, they use all the money and they prove that, oh, this web, I don't know how many times bigger than Google, how many trillion times bigger than Google. Because they hold information. So the science, the only conclusion, one thing, after 48 billion, this violet light have intelligence. That's all. That's the conclusion, the finish. Okay, and they said that's all. Okay, so now the Taoism talking about the violet light long time, and we are one of the thing that we know how to work with it, and it's so you're going to be experience it. Okay, so we're going to be so in the Tao believe that they are Wu Chi. And this is our professor called Professor of Wu Chi, nothingness. Nothingness. Okay? And later, but in the universe there's nothingness, but always something in there. So the Tao said the universe is always empty, but always filled up. And we know now, every year, every month, every week, we discover a new wave. All incredible way of all different kind of wave that we are using now. Microwave, all the mobile telephone, everything. There's many waves. Okay, so we call in the universe they have light, and the problem of light, primordial force, and primordial sound is no form. So no form, how you gonna capture it? That's the whole key. We humans take so long to learn how to capture air in a balloon. You know that? Huh? We have the history of human very long, and we discover maybe learn how to capture the light and capture the light. That's good. Capture the light and capture the air. It's only 200 or 300 years ago. That's all. If you compare to the advanced technology we have, it's only 1 second. The Earth history, And the timing that we advance only 1 second. Now, this is only 1 second. And we only learn how to capture light, capture air. It's something that you are capturing. Where to capture? So the first step, we have to learn how this primordial light comes. And if we now primordial light also, so we have to distinguish ordinary light and the true light, or we call primordial light. You have to distinguish that, okay? And so this primordial light can split, or we call prism. So prism can capture light and make it to what? Rainbow color, okay? So that's why this primordial light, once you get the true light, it become turned into violet light. The violet light turn into the rainbow color. And in our body, we call heavenly, in the dark we call heavenly eye, we don't call the third eye because it's between here and here, not exactly right in the middle here. So this one, that we're going to work a lot here, okay? But, so we need this light coming into the brain and reflect into the rainbow color and shining into the body. And now we're going to come to the 5 major organs, healing. So the light, or the true light, gives us the true virtue, the true virtue. So the first thing is the light going to come in, shining in the darkness, shining in the darkness. And we gradually see inside dirty. So the light will dissolve this dirty thing, okay? We said, in the dark, we said, every organ store essence, like the heart store essence. So the small intestine is the empty organ, you don't store. The small intestine is empty. And the stomach, the spleen and pancreas is full organ, we call yin organ. And the stomach is empty. This very important part is the empty, because we can fill in food and we can have what? Empty. It's very important. Right? If you fill in and you don't empty, big trouble. Okay? And now lungs is the biggest detox system. And the last intestine is the third detox system. Okay? We can count by that. If we don't breathe and we accumulate too much CO2, how long we going to last? Few minutes. Now, why we call the last intestine is the detox number 3, because you can have, it is supposed to put all the food that we absorb and left. Now you need to go to last intestine and move them out. But if we don't move, maybe 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, we're still okay, but it's not very present, right? So that now, so the lung is number 1, detox. The last intestine, number 2, okay? But the lung is a full organ. It stores energy. The last intestine is empty, okay? It should be filled up and empty, okay? And we come to the kidney, it's number 2 detox. The kidney is number 2 detox. Why? Because it's filtering the blood. So if kidney failure, what happens? Nowadays, people are waiting many places, big office, kidney dialysis. Okay, people have to wash kidney. Some people have to wash nearly every 2 days. Okay, because kidney gone. Okay, if you don't wash the kidney 1 or 2 days, you get big trouble. Okay, so the bladder is always can be empty and always filled. So in the dark, very concerned about bladder, because bladder is a perfect container. It's a perfect. Okay, we took so long time to make our tight bottle. Yes or no? We are, if you look at all the plastic bottle making water, Oh my God, in the olden time, if you have a plastic and you can put something in and you can move back and forth, nothing spill off. That is amazing. So bladder, when they're good, is a tight container. And when you empty it in a Tao state, when you practice, it can store energy. The whole key is how you're going to put energy and store and keep it. So we're going to have navel in the center of this line. That is, we call a storage, a place to hold energy. It's very important. Okay, and the stove. Now we're going to talk about the stove. So there are two things that we're going to learn now. Don't confuse with it. One is the stove. In the olden time, we call cauldron. Okay, what is cauldron? On the top, you can put anything. No, so no mobile because you disturb my thought that I'm teaching. Now, I tell you, since you're doing that, I tell you, this is the first time we bring my my video man. So we can do it because because I bring in a mini studio over here. That's it. So we have 3 cameras pointed at me, and what you see here, you see it exactly in the video. So when the day finish, you already cut 3 cameras plus the computer and projector. Everything are streaming. When I show you the projector, you see me. When I not show, you see me here. Okay, so it's ready for you. And we're doing. Oh, we have the US one. Over there is the US one. Okay, maybe yeah. Is the Euro is very successful. So many people order it because all you do, I want you to invite me to your living room. That's it. You cannot remember all, you can listen to it. You listen a few times, you're going to see that everything, because we are one of the experts in alchemy, okay? And all the alchemy that you're going to do here is a link. It's a link. So when you get one thing right, it's a link continue on. And all I'm going to use now is guide you through how the link activates. And all you want is get a master. So we're going to talk about master suction. That's the key. Master suction. Because once you get a suction, everything's going to work. Why the suction? So you can, and we are making now on the YouTube live. So we give you morning 1 hour, afternoon, every day. And we resolve the Facebook. So we're going to have Facebook Live. So if you don't want it, go and look at the Facebook. Go and look in the YouTube, and you can repeat back again. We're going to put down Portland. And so you have both Facebook and YouTube. So you become quiet. I tell you, the workshop, you have to believe me. It's energy. That's it. Okay? If your mind is not there, no matter how I'm going to help you, your mind is not there. So you're not receiving, you're wasting your time 3 days here. You're wasting your time here. But you are focused in study. If you want, this is Euro. It's in the US, this is Euro. We have over there is up-to-date one. I think that I have to update that. So you can order it, but you only want 3 days only. Yeah. So full 3 days you have in the USB 3, okay, it's 32 gigabytes. So that is everything is in there, okay. So you have a lot of choice. You can have Facebook Live, or you can just listen to me, get the link. You get the link, you have it. Believe me. You think that is a lot of information, but that is a link. You know what's the link? Huh? Everything in this world now, what is it? Huh? Link, connected. It's connecting. Okay? You press the right link, you find the right link, you press it, boom, you go to everything. That's what you need. And believe me, trust me. Don't confuse with all the detail. Or the detail is, hey, listen, you get the link, you get it. Is that okay? So trust me, trust me. You have to trust me because I do this thing. Yeah, you have to trust me. I do all these things nearly 40 years. I just talked to William because he's with me 35 years, you know. And he used to travel with me in Europe, you know? And I haven't quit yet. After 40 years traveling, twice actually, exactly twice around the world 2 times a year. You can follow my the YouTube and Facebook. I cannot tell a lie there, right? Everywhere we have YouTube, Facebook. Every country, every city in this world. This time I start from China. We're doing workshop in Guangzhou, and go to Australia, come to the whole Europe, and back to US, and back to. So the first step, we need to find the location of the stove. So let's start with the stove. Is the fire. This picture being carved on the wall for 2,500 years. Okay, and the original one is still in Xi'an, the 8 Immortal Temple. Okay, and this is the stove. So let's locating this stove. It's just like if you have no fire, what are you gonna do? Every house, what you have to have? A stove and pot. Yes, no? Okay. And the stove also involved with what? Electricity, energy, warm, cooking food, whatever you need. So that is the stove. And the Tao said, hey, listen, you're born with it. Is that okay or not okay? If you don't have it, in the Tao said, you don't have absorption power. The fire, so this fire we call absorption power fire, a fire that absorbs in the intestine. And you know why I say so? Because the West discovered it only 2 years ago. And they finally say, oh, this is what the West discovered. This is what the West discovered, and newly discovered, if you go back, they say mesentery, a whole new brain. And they have to change all the Gray's anatomy book. They say, hey, we discovered this, all the digestion. So the digestion fire is here, okay? And that is, the West discovered that this one is branched out from the mesentery, is the brain, is the second brain. And they proved that this is second brain. Why? This is controlling all the digestion and absorption. How big is it? Hello? How many people work together to do digestion? How many organs work together to do that digestion and absorption? How many? And elimination. How many? A lot of them. So what you need, if you have a team of somebody working as a team, you need what? A team leader, a controller. And now they discover that, oh my God, in the 60s, you know what happened? They don't know. When they do operation, they pull all the thing out, and the one that attached on the yellow on the intestine, that is the brain. And they pull them out. So what is that? They cut it. And you know what happened? After they put them all in, all the digestion, absorption get crazy because nobody control them. Okay, no, the brain is gone. So this one is the brain. The yellow thing all over here is, so in this one, door of life. So everybody, if you touch that, one hand on the navel, one hand opposite the navel, we call the door of life. Okay? Hello? And if you bend this way, maybe stand up. If you bend it way, oh my God, okay. Can you see me on the back? Hello? On the screen, can you see me? So you're going to see exactly on the video. Okay. So now in the back here, we call lumbar 2. Okay. So the lumbar 2 in the Tao we call door of life. Okay? But in the West, they discovered that this lumbar two, number one, if you activate them, actually they talk about lumbar two, lumbar three, and lumbar four. It's all involved with activating the stem cell. They say, if you move this one back in the front first, round and back, front, back, front, back, you activate these three pieces of bone, you are activate and stimulate them to producing more better stem cell. We have so many stem cells every day because it replacing all the damaged cells. And what? And when we are in war, stem cell can turn into army, and actually a very special fighting force, commando. The stem cell can turn to a very special fighting force to fight all special disease. And this is what they proved it. But this one in the Darwin know a long time ago. Now from here, now, okay, everybody, okay? So this is navel. And if you go into the navel, one line, and we're going to make another line on the top of the head, down to perineum, we call anus, and in front of the anus. So in the sexual practice, in the healing lab week, Monday, we call this point as a $1 million point. It's worth $1 million. And when you go to that class and you say, that is really worth $1 million. Now, so it's in front of the anus, and from here you make one line. When the two line intersection, okay, and that is this line. So the line from the top down, this line we call the here. This line, this line here we call the pot, where you put things. Okay, where you put things. And below the pot is the fire. So here lumbar 2, lumbar 3, lumbar 4. Here lumbar 3, lumbar 4 is the fire, the stove. The stove. Okay, because this Dantian center that we find now, it can hold energy. If you don't hold energy, you're big trouble. Why? Energy no form. When they come in, activate, we call in Chinese we call primordial. It beginning from the earth force and below the earth. When the earth bang, bang, so all the stars get part of the primordial force, and the earth split from the sun, take tiny little part of the primordial force, but that's a lot for us. And when you're born, you receive a primordial force. Okay? So we have tiny, tiny little part of it that we have here. And it's stored in here. This one and this one. These two fire. We call the fire. And now we know is this door of life fire we call digestion fire. Okay? So the fire behind the navel, in front of the kidney, and lumbar 2. Everybody okay? You know, very important part in your life is what? GPS. Yes or no? Is that yes? Now you are learning, you are locating the GPS inside you. Because when you close your eye and turn inwardly, what? Blank, empty. Because you don't know where are you. You're in the darkness. Okay? So all the things that if you can get all the point when you turn in this 2 days, bang, you get the right point, you get the light energy. That's all. That is esoteric. That is the esoteric. It takes so long for them to discover that, hey, this point, if you focus on it and you breathe on it, you get the fire activated. That's all. Okay? Is that okay? So now from the navel to the back, you see, you have a pot. if you have a pot and you put on a stove, the pot have to be above the stove. Yes or no? Yes. So the stove have to be below the pot. The pot, yes or no? So we always have a distance, a leg that are controlling the pot not pull right into the fire. If you put all right into the fire, what happens? Nothing. That means the fire gone. You don't give the space. So the space. So in the Tao discover that from the stove come to the pot, there's about 1.5 inches. Okay, so now the next one, that okay everybody now? The stove. Navel make one line, the crown make one line down. Okay? And we're going to find that line. Line, that is very important, the line. Go on that line. So now the stove, you touch the navel and 1.5 inches. Okay? About this much. Okay, everybody? Have the same measurement? Okay, 1.5 inches. So you touch here. Now you put your finger on the one below the navel, 1.5 inches. You exhale and flatten down the stomach, and you press it in. You push in. Now you inhale, suck the stomach to the back. So we say, I need you to feel the head. Your stomach are touching the spine. Okay? So sometimes we call navel touch the spine. Your navel touching the spine. Okay? So you inhale, sucking in. Now exhale, relax. Okay? One more time. That feeling is locating the stove. Hello? That feeling is locating the stove. And when you can really find the stove, you turn your mind on it. And you're going to be smiling and breathing into it. Because the breath that we breathe, so there are three things we call the breath, the heartbeat, the pulsing, is come from the primordial sound. The true sound. Okay, the true sound. This true sound activates, the first thing is your pulse. When you are fetus, the pulse activates first. Okay? And when about 4 weeks, the heart pulse started to activate. When we born, the doctor grab our leg and give us a big bang. So what happened? Ah! And you and the breath. And now you hear the breath. So these three things is the true sound. If the true sound finish, what? We finish. Very simple. No more. Okay? But how can you recognize the true sound? If you don't do anything, if people don't do anything in your life, one time in your life, the true sound gonna come, activate you, and you say, "Oh my God, something here, something wrong with my ear," and you don't know. You go to see doctor and ear doctor, and finally they say, "There's something wrong with this guy." Okay, they don't see anything wrong with the ear, but he always hears sound, and the Tao said that's the true sound. It comes to awakening you. And if you take so many medicines, see so many doctors, and finally the true sound fed up, they say, "Hey, you don't want me? I leave you." That's it. And when in the light, no matter who you are, light coming. The true light come to you. Awakening, you say, hey, you need to attending your soul and spirit. If you don't take care of it, you know what happened? And you say, "Oh, my eye have problem." Okay? I close my eyes, see all kind of thing, light and everything, and you see eye doctor, and finally they say, "Something wrong." They say, finally say, "I think you better see psychiatrist." Something wrong here. And they give you medicine, and finally what happened? The light gone. Now, one time in your life, the primordial force comes. That is Kundalini. In the India called Kundalini. Bang, when they come, it's crazy. It's the worst one. This is the worst one. When they come bang, now you cannot capture them. You cannot control them. You get trouble. Why? Because the force. So the Tao said, so we talk a lot on the Monday. The Kundalini force is activated by sexual energy. Okay? So this sexual energy and Kundalini force in adult we call that they are stupid force. They're stupid. Okay? So you know why they call it stupid? Because our sexual energy activates what? Sexual temptation. Stupid or not stupid? Huh? It activates the sexual temptation and sexual desire. Is that stupid or not stupid? Huh? When the advertising use sex and it link with the product they want to sell, what you do? You have to buy it because when you see something very sexy and bang, it link into the product they want to sell. So any product, you get a sexy guy dressed very sexy, only time wear little clothes, okay, and you so sexy, activate what? Your sexual desire, and now you have to buy it. Why? They put so much money to hide the model to make the picture, make you sexy. Yes or no? And now you activate your sexual desire. The eye, sexual desire. The ear, sexual desire. The nose, sexual desire. The mouth. So we call 5 desires. Is that stupid or not stupid? Oftentimes you say, oh my God, it's very sexy. Activate your sexual desire. And you buy the product and you end up in what? In the garage. And after that you see, oh my God, why I buy all these things in the garage? Because the stupid energy. Yeah. Now, the light that you're going to activate we call wisdom light, intelligent light. But 2 things are different. There are no form. Light is no form and floating. No substance, but they have intelligence. The sexual energy and the primordial force, or we call the Kundalini force, they have substance, but they have no intelligence. So that's 2 things. And that's why in the beginning, when the Big Bang happened, bang, primordial light, primordial force, is creating the sound, bang. Now it's creating the substance. Now this light is still existing in the universe. It comes to us. And when in a time that they need to remind you that, hey, you have part of me. You have part of me. Now I'm here. Okay? But they are come in a separate part. That's what I mean. If you cannot combine them together, they're creating a lot of stupid ways. So when the primordial light and the primordial force Kundalini meet together, bang, now the stupid force plus with the intelligent one, what happens? Combined with the intelligent one, what happens? They have intelligence. So we will not call them a stupid energy anymore. Because now they have intelligence. Okay? That's how humans do that, right? You look at all the machines. Look at all the war machines that we have now. They are no intelligence. They need us have intelligence to control it. Our intelligence is depending on true or not true intelligence. Okay? And we determine when you are in that kind of big tank or in that kind of fighter aeroplane, oh my God, it's very powerful. They can destroy so many things, It's how powerful they are. So the intelligence is how we, together with the force, now we have the intelligence. Okay? So, okay, let's do that. So this, the Dantian fire is part of the primordial force. That is, so it comes from the beginning, when you come to this world. So it comes from the beginning when you come to this world, okay? From the navel. So when embryonic. So we're going to talk about embryonic breathing, okay? So embryonic breathing, or we call internal breath. So when this one comes into here, is the first 8 embryonic cells, 8 embryonic stem cells, and they stick in the placenta, and they grow, and become umbilical cord. And we grow from here, and you go all the way. When we grow up, that energy, the original stem cell, is stored below the navel, and that becomes the major force. We call the fire. So if you don't activate this lower dantian fire, there's nothing to practice. It's very important. Okay, so let's do it again. Inhale, exhale. Now push your finger and feel it touch the spine. Now suck your stomach in. Feel that on your back. Everybody feel your back. Again, suck in, suck more in, and feel lumbar 3 and 4. Okay, you feel the feel because there is a lumbar plexus. You have to feel something. It's a whole nervous system, and everything is there. And exhale. Now inhale, sucking in. Feel the feeling, and exhale. Inhale, sucking in. Feel it. You have to feel that point and remember it. Okay, rest. You have to remember it. Once you've been set up the GPS, what happened to your computer? What happened to your mobile? What they do? They remember it. Yes or no? Next time you go, what you do? You press them where you want to go. You've been there, they're recording down, you press it, the map come out and tell you where you are and how to go. This is very important. If you cannot find the GPS inside you, you have nothing to do. So find out the inside is the most important esoteric. That's it. Without that, you have nothing to do. You have the point? Okay, we're going to do this simple. Okay, let's sit down for a moment. Okay, we're going to talk about the breath. In the mother womb, about 9 months, we do any breathing on the nose? No. Okay, so the whole key practice is this. In the mother womb, 9 months, we don't use the nose, but the circulation have to. Okay, so in the Tao said a primordial breath. So this is very important. We call embryonic breathing. A breathing you have inside, but nothing. So we call internal circulation. Okay, and they have to have. So that is the key that we do, and they have like a pump. If you compare to the Western thing, is the same thing that our body, we copy our intelligence from the body, we make up the whole world. So inside you have a pump, and this pump locating right what we just doing there. So this pump have a pumping system, and it's not depending on the nose breathing. Okay, so we're going to talk about nose breathing and the full diaphragm. Okay, because in our life are depending on what? Suction. Yes or no? Yes or no? If the diaphragm stop, what happens? It don't pull the lung up, down, and up, down, and up. What happened with us? We die. No suction, nothing there. You get the point? So now let's understand that the embryonic breathing is a mechanical. You have it when you are fetus. And this one are creating a suction, draw in the energy. It draw in the force. It draw in the force. So when a baby, the skull are open, here open, here open, here open. All these lines are open, here open, and here is open. Okay? And when we grow up, we still have this crack here. And so the crack between here and the nose. So we're going to focus on this part. Okay? So this crack, the frontal bone have a crack, and the nose here have a big crack. So right in here, It's a big crack there. Okay? If you look at all these cracks, there are where the energy can come in. So a baby are breathing. So in the downstairs, the baby are breathing primordial force. A fetus, we talk about fetus. A fetus, they have an internal pump. And that pump creating what? A suction. Yes or no? A pump creating a suction. Yes or no? So it draw in primordial force in, but not to the nose. So this is a secret formula. So the secret formula, very simple, is what? When the normal breath begin, so the secret formula, very simple, but that is the formula. I make it simple, you know, after 40 years. So I make it simple for you after 40 years, okay? And the formula is very simple. When the normal breath stops, when you stop this breath, the true breath, the embryonic breath or true breath begin. That's it. Okay? Now, but you need to breathe now. Okay? So what happened? After you back to breathing, you're going to be put very gentle breath. So you use, after you back to use very soft and gentle suction. So this is, we talk about suction now. Okay? If you don't have this suction activate, the fire creating a suction like pump. And it's like a full motor spinning. So when the motor not and sound is creating what? A power, magnetic, electricity. Okay? So we use this gentle suction in here to guide this primordial breath. Okay, embryonic breathing, or we call the true breath in. So that is a whole we are doing here. Okay, if you get that, we are really going to have it. That's what you are here for. Okay, and I'm going to help you activate the light again. Light is everywhere. All I'm giving you enhance your light. When you enhance it, you get the suction. This suction has to be happen. When you know that here important, but there's no suction, what happens? Huh? You are way down under the ground, and the suction stops. What happens? Huh? You're going to be so hot and no air to breathe, and you die. That's all. Suction. You see the point? So the 4 diaphragms. So let's look at this picture of the 4 diaphragms. And so the first step, this 4 diaphragm going to make. So this 4 diaphragm either drawing a normal breath, and it's going to kick you into a primordial breath. Okay. So this is one of the French doing it, and he got a lot of first thing we are doing here now is the cranial diaphragm. Okay. Get it? So that is the lighting diaphragm. The center is right here. That what we just now understand. And this is the pubic diaphragm. We do a lot. major point of this product we call the master. So we're going to say here, the master here, from here down to here. Here is the navel, below the navel, right here. So this point we call the master suction. Okay, so we're going to activate this point, and when we finish, we're sitting down, and eventually you're going to feel it effortlessly. You inhale, you exhale, you inhale, when you exhale, and the suction in here eventually going to be very little. You touch it, but you feel you beginning suck breathing, you feel this one moving. And later on, when you started to get internal suction, you nearly don't feel this stomach move. But inside have a very strong suction. And that is beginning the embryonic breath breathing. And the embryonic breathing. You go back to be a fetus again. Okay? It's very important. When you go back to a fetus, what you do? This embryonic suction will suck. So the first thing you're going to get is you're going to feel a suction here. Okay? We don't work with the crown now. You feel a suction here. So when you inhale, so it's going to be more and more and more. You're going to see it. So when you inhale, you feel, hey, effortlessly, you feel, hey, there's something here, have a suction. Okay? And when you get that one, now in here is very important. Middle of the mouth. It activated by this sliding suction. You don't have to be that loud, but you feel that, hey, so this sound we call part of primordial sound. It's part of it. Without that, we cannot speak. Without that, we cannot breathe. Because it's a sliding diaphragm. Okay? Now, it happened by itself. You just kick in a little bit with the mind. And you feel, oh, I have a suction here. When you get this suction, the tongue going to go up. The tongue going to go up. And this tongue going to be connecting to all the gland system that you have in the brain. So when you get the suction in the middle here, now the tongue go up, and it pull you up, so you're going to activate the pituitary, going to activate the hypothalamus, activate the thalamus, and activate the pineal gland. You can feel it. It go up, it's connecting up there because of the suction. If you get the suction, all these things going to happen. Okay? And that is what we're going to do. Okay? Okay, let's stand up. So let's do simple, we call the spinal cord breathing. And all these things, one, I guide you through. The next thing is you're going to have it. Okay, the next thing. So the first thing we're going to go into the spinal cord breathing, because it is a separate pump. It's a separate pump. So we have the circum pump and the cranial pump, the occipital pump. Okay. So these two pumps. So we have that. If you hit here and you hit here, there is the two pumps. Okay. It pumping the fluid, the spinal cord fluid, feed the brain and feed the spinal cord. That is separate from the heart. And this one is very important because now humans sit too much. And they discover, it's just definition, a new definition. Sitting too long and sat on the circum is the new cancer. That is what they say. And many of it now they have to help the people that, hey, now they have a lot of table, can move up and down. So you can do the typing in standing. And then now decide a step, so your leg can step and you can stand and walking. Because sitting too long, you sit on the pump, and when the second pump don't work, cranial pump. So let's do the tap your chair come.